Hello fam, I'm your host Paul Ashope, and Ball na Ball is back with another Kenya Premier League weekly review. And man, today we are breaking down one of the most shocking results of the entire season. We're going to look at a match that saw a team's title hopes just completely unravel in a jaw-dropping 15-minute window. Okay, let's get right into this. So this is the big question we're tackling today, isn't it? Seriously, how does a top team, a real championship contender, suffer a collapse this bad against a mid-table side? It's a story of high stakes, sudden disaster, and a result that I promise you, absolutely nobody saw coming. So, let's set the stage. On one side, you've got AFC Leopards, a true giant of Kenyan football. They are sitting second in the league and they are gunning for that Premier League title. And on the other side, Mathare United, aka the Slum Boys, who are, just fighting to climb their way up from the bottom half of the table. This table right here, it just perfectly illustrates the whole dynamic. I mean, look at this. Before kickoff, AFC Leopards were sitting pretty in second place with 43 points. Mathare United, they were way down in 13th with only 26 points. On paper, this was supposed to be a walk in the park for the title chasers. The first 45 minutes were tense. Both teams definitely had their opportunities. Mathare actually had maybe the easiest chance of the half, but they hit it straight at the keeper. Ingwe came close too. But yeah, the half ended 0-0, just building that tension at the Nyayo National Stadium. Alright, let's move into the second half, where the game finally seemed to be following the script that everyone expected. The favorites were pushing forward and it really felt like it was just a matter of time before they broke the deadlock. There it was, in the 59th minute. Ronald Chenyi whips in a brilliant cross, and who's there to meet it? The captain, Victor Omune. He latches right onto it, makes no mistake, and puts the ball in the back of the net. 1-0 to Ingwe. Everything, and I mean everything, was going according to plan. Now, what I find really interesting is this quote from the match commentary. It just captures the mood perfectly. You can almost feel all that breath that was being held by the Ingwe fans finally being released. That goal brought a massive sense of relief. The game looked like it was totally under control. But then, everything changed. What happened next was a 15-minute period of just utter chaos, a complete blitz from Mathare United that turned the match and maybe the whole title race completely on its head. Just look at this timeline, it's insane. At the 75-minute mark, a hard cross comes in, the keeper can't handle it, and Brian Aweru is right there to tap in the rebound. It's 1-1. Just 5 minutes later, a total defensive mix-up leaves Aweru one-on-one with the keeper, and bang, he scores again. 2-1 Mathare. 5 minutes after that, a clever little short corner finds Isaac Omweri, and his direct shot just goes through everyone. 3-1. And then to top it all off, in the 90th minute, Ingwe's defense just can't clear the ball, and Ian Omondi pounces. 4-1. Unbelievable. As the commentator shouted, Mathare had truly run riot. This wasn't just a comeback, it was a complete demolition. In 15 minutes, a comfortable lead had turned into a humiliating deficit. The title contenders were left in absolute shock. So you have to ask, how did this happen? Well, it wasn't just one mistake. It was like a chain reaction of errors. It started with a spilled catch by the keeper, then came poor defensive organization, then some bad marking on a corner, and finally a total failure to clear their lines under pressure. The whole defensive structure just crumbled. So, as the final whistle blew, the entire stadium was just left stunned. The underdog hadn't just won, they had completely dismantled the team that was fighting for the championship. 4-1. I mean, that final scoreline, it just says it all, doesn't it? A result that sent absolute shockwaves through the entire Kenyan Premier League. So, there you have it, the official result. A massive victory for the Slum Boys and a devastating, maybe even season-defining defeat for Ingwe. This was truly one for the history books. But hey, the story doesn't end there. A result this shocking has major consequences. So let's move on and see how this one single match completely reshaped the top of the table. So looking at the league table after the match, you can see the immediate impact. Mathare United jumped up 2 spots to 11th. That's a huge boost for them. But look at Ingwe, still in second, but crucially, they're stuck on 43 points, having now played an extra game. This right here, this is the devastating part. That loss leaves Ingwe a full 6 points behind the league leaders Gor Mahia. And to make it even worse, Kogalo now have a game in hand, which means that gap could potentially get even wider. So we have to leave you with this question. Look, a 6-point gap isn't impossible to overcome, but a psychological blow of this size, that is incredibly difficult to recover from. Was this the exact moment the title dream was lost for Ingwe this season? What do you think? Was this the end of the title race? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And for more deep dives into the Kenyan Premier League, leave a comment below. Like and subscribe for more Ball in the Ball.